Kind of writes itself. It's a beautiful home in rural Italy for a dollar. I mean, who isn't going to click on that?
No sé si ustedes lo habrán visto o se han percatado de esto, pero a cada rato en las noticias uno ve: esta ciudad te puede pagar por vivir acá, esta ciudad te paga $500 al mes por vivir acá y además te dan una casa, esta ciudad comprar una casa vale $1000, pero tienes que cumplir estos requisitos, tal y tal y tal. A cada rato me encuentro con noticias, con titulares como ese. Y pues siempre he sentido curiosidad y siempre resulta que es en algún pueblo que la vida podría resultar aburrida o en el que podría resultar no consiguiendo trabajo nunca en la vida porque pues no hay nada más que hacer que ser de pronto campesino. O sea, algo que yo pudiese hacer, digamos, hablando de mi caso personal, no porque esté mal ser alguna de esas cosas, simplemente que son ofertas destinadas a gente como muy particular, a un nicho de personas como diminuto. Pues bien, recientemente YouTube me recomendó este video que estamos a punto de ver, la realidad sobre las casas de $1 en Italia. Casas de $1 en Italia. Si les dicen que pueden comprar una casa por $1 en Italia, ¿la comprarían? Sea lo que sea, pase lo que pase. Pues vamos a verlo, vamos a enterarnos a ver qué. Amigos, si no me conocían, si son nuevos en este video, mi nombre es Simón Gómez, consideren suscribirse y dejar un like en este video, muchísimas gracias. Si quieren ver más videos inmobiliarios, hagan clic por acá para ir a verlos y eso es todo. Empecemos.
These are Italy's famous dollar homes.
This bit here I'm not going to talk because there is a pigeon
Uy.
in this bit.
And that's Gillian, a new homeowner in Sambuca, Sicily, a picturesque town in Italy's countryside, in danger of
En Sambuca,
that is,
Sicilia.
until the government started selling abandoned homes here practically for free. People from around the world came running, hoping to get in on the deal. And while the pandemic may have
Sí, pues es que si a uno le dicen como, hey, puedes vivir en un pintoresco pueblo renacentista, italiano, medieval, divino, por $1, puedes comprar una casa por Bueno, aunque, ¿cuántos serán los impuestos? Los impuestos mensuales deben ser también una trampilla que el gobierno italiano se craneó ahí.
delayed some of these plans, it hasn't deterred buyers, even though the true cost of these homes is much more than $1.
Holy moly.
Over 20 towns across Italy have started selling abandoned homes for a single euro, or about $1.10. For the sake of this video, we'll call them dollar homes. The towns selling these dollar homes are small, and most
Se
of
ve
them
bien.
are far out in the countryside,
Se ve
and they've been suffering from rapid
bellísimo.
population for decades. In 1968, a massive earthquake hit Sicily. It caused so much damage that for some homeowners, it was cheaper to cash in on insurance and move somewhere else completely. The exodus
Seguramente.
continued from there. Across Italy, younger people left for the cities. Many moved to escape the poor job markets in their rural hometowns. In Sambuca, the population has decreased by 30% since the 1950s.
There's not much work here right now. So the only work is construction.
And according to the Wall Street Journal, it's been especially bad in the last 15 years.
The town is small. We used to be 8,000 people. Now we're only 5,000 people.
And Sambuca isn't
¿Y por qué
alone.
sigues viviendo ahí,
Counting all
viejo?
those towns
¿Por qué
losing
no
residents,
quieres
and
abandonar
that
tu
makes
pueblo?
up 1 million people in the last 20 years who have moved away from Italy's rural regions and closer to the urban cities.
A lot of people went to UK, to North Italy and other parts of the world to have a job. So here we have a lot of houses without people inside.
What's left are beautiful towns with abandoned homes, an aging population, and economies on the verge of collapse.
So we decided to
Eso es una lástima.
this part of the town. Now you can buy a home with only €1.
Some towns like Sambuca set up websites where prospective buyers could scroll through the homes for sale. In the mountainous town of Molise, where they've lost 9,000 residents since 2014,
9000 residentes se han ido desde el 2014. Eso, vaya, que es demasiado, amigos.
town officials made the deal sweeter. They would pay newcomers almost $800 a month to move here for 3 years and start a small business. It didn't take long for publications to pick up the story.
A esto era lo que me refería, a este tipo de publicaciones. Fue como empecé el video, que es como te pagamos tantos dólares mensuales si vienes a vivir acá. Necesitamos gente.
And it blew up globally.
In some parts of Sicily, you can buy your own home for just €1.
The headline kind of writes itself. It's a beautiful home in rural Italy for a dollar. I mean, who isn't going to click on that?
Once the story got out,
Sí, obvio.
people from all over came running.
The very beginning started on Facebook. I saw my mum had shared an article, and when
Ah,
I
bueno,
saw it,
ella compró una casa.
I want to buy a house for €1.
All the other stories sounded pretty similar.
We saw the CNN article.
Read an article.
Todos estos son personas que han
Most of
comprado.
the newcomers came from the US and Northern Europe.
I'm happy for the people arrive in Sambuca. I'm enthusiastic for this big revolution.
That's Giuseppe. He's
Big
the program
revolution.
in Sambuca, a town of nearly 6,000. Sambuca got the widest media coverage after Giuseppe put 16 homes up for sale in early 2019.
Arrived interesting people, journalist, singer, and actor,
Journaliste.
everything. It's important. Arrive young people, young women, young men for stay in Sambuca.
Even though the towns are small and rural, foreigners have flocked here, looking to find vacation homes, open Airbnbs, or even move here full time.
What Sambuca has that I haven't experienced elsewhere is really the history of it.
I love how you can just see the stucco peeling off and the old stone just popping out right behind it. It's like a little piece of history.
You literally could take a photo anywhere round about you, so you could actually put them on the wall,
It's like a Disney movie.
Es como una película de
Plus,
Disney.
everyone we spoke to said the locals here were welcoming to the new faces and energy.
Ciao, bambino. ¿Eso de dónde es? Pastas Doria.
The best lasagna I ever tasted.
So landing a dollar home in these idyllic towns may sound perfect, but there's a catch. Actually, multiple catches.
You have to spend money to make the contract for the taxes and other 400 for a real estate company.
That could bring up the
Bueno, 3.000. Vamos en 3.000 euros o 3.000 dólares por una casa. Tampoco está tan mal. Pero veamos qué
total to
sigue.
about $3,000. In some towns like Sambuca, the homes were actually sold at auction, which meant they started at $1 but ended up selling to the highest bidder. More than 100,000 people sent in requests for 16 houses, so competition was steep.
I looked at my emails one day and I saw this email and I went, oh.
That's Gillian. She's from Scotland and was one of the lucky auction winners in Sambuca.
I'm at the house and this is the first time that we've seen it.
She ended up
Me
paying
encanta el acento de ella.
$1,100 for her new home.
So I
$1,100.
my long-suffering husband and I said,
Pagable.
Danny, see when I say this, I'm not joking, but we've got lot number 7 on that auction, and he was like, oh.
Only one home in Sambuca actually sold for the dollar listing price. Most of them ended up going for a few thousand, but the most expensive home went for $28,000.
Aún así, $28,000 por una
We
casa.
bought the house for the €1,000. At the same time, we had to send a €5,000 deposit.
The deposit amount ranges from $2,300
5.000
to
euros.
$600, depending on the town. Homeowners will get it back if they start
Ella está ahí, $6.000. 5.000 de depósito, 1.100. $6.000 por una casa, bien. Esa tina se ve.
renovations within a year and agree to finish within 3 years of getting designs approved.
It's a safeguard for them to make sure that they don't almost give away these properties and then they sit vacant again, because they want people to be in and using them.
And since most of the homes were in pretty rough shape, they sometimes come with a requirement to spend at least $17,000 on renovations.
Houses.
Requisito, ahí ya
Really? So you have to do a lot of work.
vamos en
They're from
$23.000.
Belgium, and were two of the first people to purchase dollar homes in Musamelli. They purchased $4 properties and have finished renovations on one of them.
$4.
€1, you can't expect it will be beautiful. Impossible.
Plus, when these new buyers still live abroad, renovations take a while.
It's far, so we're gonna have to hire somebody.
And also, they don't have large hardware stores, so I can't just like run down and grab lumber.
So what does a dollar home really cost? Let's do the math. A dollar listing, $400 in taxes, a $5,600 deposit, say $6,000 in
$6,000.
renovations,
Oh.
plus flights back and forth for years. Add it all up, and you're looking at $76,001. Still nothing compared to the
Aún así, $76.000 por una casa. Digamos que el dólar estuviera a 4.000 pesos colombianos. 7 por 4, 280 millones por una casa antigua, histórica, de todo. Sigue no siendo demasiado. Pues obviamente entre $1 y los 76.000 hay 75.999 de diferencia. Pero sigue sin ser lo más costoso de la vida.
$124,000 that Forbes reported, one Sambuca resident expects to...
Perdón, la pausa nuevamente. Sobre todo para estas personas, Bélgica, Escocia, Estados Unidos, que tienen un poder adquisitivo mayor a nosotros. También hay que pensarlo desde el punto de vista de ellos, que pueden ganar cientos de miles de dólares al año, o pues por lo menos ganan mucho mejor de lo que ganamos la mayoría de personas aquí en Colombia o en cualquier otro país suramericano o latinoamericano.
Spend renovating, and that's for a home that was supposed to cost $1. So it might seem like a ripoff, but
if you buy those houses in Belgium, it's $1 million.
The fact that we'll have a holiday home for life for a fraction of the price that we would spend elsewhere, you know, I would do it again in a heartbeat, and I haven't even finished it yet.
And so far, the program has been a success. In Musameli, more than 100 of the houses have been sold in the past year. In Sambuca, all 16 of the original Euro homes went in a matter of months. To date, they've sold a total of about 60. And some people who didn't win a dollar home at auction stuck around to buy a normal listing, like Gary and Tamara, a couple from Arizona who bought their home from a private seller for $20,000.
Now this home still needs quite a bit of work.
Yeah, the roof is in
rough
shape. It's got
leaks, but it's gonna be beautiful when it's done.
The dollar home sales stopped across Italy due to the coronavirus.
Italy was kind of seen as Europe's ground zero for coronavirus cases, with the majority in the much more densely populated north. This means that there are a lot less cases in the south, but the south is actually worse affected economically because it's a lot poorer.
Gary and Tamara haven't been able to travel to Sambuca since.
It gave us some more time for the planning phase, so we've been able to work with our architect to sort of nail down all the odds and ends that we wanted to do.
As of July 2020, the program has started up again in Sambuca.
And it's called Casa for €2, so they are starting it back up.
Despite the pandemic, there's
bueno, lo están volviendo a empezar, amigos. Compren sus casas en Europa por €2 o €1.
Like a small economy here. Engineers, architects, designers that make plans, make projects of the house. The building companies can have a job also.
Along with new businesses, restaurants, and Airbnbs in Sambuca and Musameli, Tamara said you'll also see postings for English classes.
And I also think it's helped tourism, because the last couple times I've been there, I've been seeing more and more tour buses coming through. Yeah. So I really think it's put Sambuca on the map.
Of course, more people in once sleepy towns will create some friction. In Musameli,
one of the local newspapers had launched something of a smear campaign against the new Belgian inhabitants after one of them was arrested for being drunk and disorderly. So there are some cultural differences that will need to be worked out.
And in Sambuca,
people come out of town to eat food here. They love this place. I mean, it's beautiful. And we go there too. I love that too. But the problem is, it's too busy. I couldn't go there. I don't like to wait.
As for whether all this new energy will really save these shrinking towns, only time will tell.
In my time reporting in Sicily, the reaction to myself and the newcomers in town was really, really positive. I think they were just excited to see some fresh faces.
You see it now already. All the houses are renovated. There will be a new bread and breakfast at Piazza Roma. Beautiful. In my street there's a new home. And everybody is working on it. And I think, let me say, 10 years, it will be a beautiful city.
Bueno, amigos, ¿ustedes qué opinan? ¿Tendrían los recursos para financiar una de estas casas? ¿Tendrían €1? O sea, ya sabiendo el costo final entre $70,000 y $100,000, ya toda renovada, les queda lista, belísima. ¿Lo harían? ¿Estarían dispuestos a hacerlo para tener una casa vacacional, o inclusive si pueden retirarse a vivir ahí, lo harían? ¿Les parecería cool? ¿Les parecería bacano, chimba, chévere, chido, copado? Personalmente yo haría la inversión viéndolo simplemente como una inversión. No sería para una casa vacacional para mí, sino que lo haría como un Airbnb. Obviamente, eventualmente iría para quedarme yo. Pero si estas pequeñas ciudades, estos pequeños pueblitos empiezan a hacer como un boom, pues estaría bueno tener un Airbnb ahí si se vuelve algo como muy solicitado, como hey, este pueblito está de moda. Airbnb estaría regio en este lugar. Dejen sus comentarios, ¿qué opinan? ¿Qué les pareció, amigos? Muchas gracias por ver. Recuerden ver todos los videos inmobiliarios haciendo clic por acá y nos vemos a la próxima. Suscríbanse. Chao.